What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sunday Stories. This one is going to be a little different. I am not talking about something that has happened to me personally. We are talking about a story that has taken the world by storm to some degree, especially now because there have been a lot of updates in this case. I'm going to try and do this as respectfully as possible and with as much facts as possible. I did my research on this one. We are talking about the Madeline McCann story and true crime case, as you will. First and foremost, if you don't know about this case, you can watch the Netflix documentary that is titled The Disappearance of Madeline McCann. It came out in 2019. That is how I first became aware of the case. The documentary was incredible. It was so well done. Yeah, it's just a pretty incredible and disturbing and sad story as well. I know you're not gonna go watch it right now, so I'm going to give you a brief summary about what happened in that case. I have my notes here, so if you see me, it's because I got my notes. So on May 3rd, 2007, Madeline McCann was just 3 years old, and she disappeared from her apartment bedroom on family vacation. Her family is British, and they were traveling, and they were in Portugal at the time of the disappearance. Her parents were dining at a nearby bar, and she was left in the bedroom with her two other siblings. Her two other siblings did not go missing. It was just Madeline. The case has never been solved to this day. Throughout the years, there has been things in the news being like, oh, they have a new possible suspect for the case and this and that. And then when all is said and done, it just comes to a dead end. And there has never been an answer. There's never been someone accused and arrested for this. So it is still a mystery, which is the craziest part of it all, to be honest. Well, the newest claims are pretty crazy. And that is what we are getting into. In more recent times, in February of this year, 2023, beginning of February, a girl named Julia Wendell went viral on social media and on TikTok and Instagram and everything, claiming that she thinks she is Madeline McCann. Pretty shocking. I remember when I first saw a TikTok regarding this story and her thinking she was, I was like, oh, like what a claim. Because not only are you claiming that for yourself, but she has her own family. So that is quite a claim in regards to her own family, but also the parents who have been grieving the loss of their daughter all these years. Like, to give them that false hope even, you know, like, gives me goosebumps because that is such a statement and could make a huge impact. So we're gonna get into that. And yes, they did do a DNA test. So I will have the answer for you today. If you haven't seen Julia Wendell's stuff on Instagram or on TikTok, the proof or evidence that she was claiming, being the reasoning that she believes she is Madeline, is because she has the same eye condition as Madeline, and she even shared some side-by-side pictures of the eye condition. She also points out that they have the same dimple on one of their cheeks, and she's pointed out other similarities like freckles and things like that. She also said that she doesn't have any proof of her real identity, like a birth certificate, things like she hasn't seen it. And apparently she has asked her mother and her parents to do a DNA test to show her that they are in fact her parents, and they refused. Now this is all coming from her, so I don't know the truth behind that, but those are her claims. She actually made her Instagram account handle at I am Madeline McCann, and obviously that took the world by storm. And in one of her Instagram posts, this is what she wrote: I don't remember most of my childhood, but my earliest memory is very strong, and it's about holidays in a hot place where there was beach and white or very light colored buildings with apartments. So the world was quick to either believe this or think she's lying, because she was describing the last vacation that Madeline was on when she was 3 years old. And others thought, because it's so out there and the story's already out in a documentary, like you could have just made that up very easily. She actually had a psychic medium representing her throughout this time, and they went on the Dr. Phil show. Dr. Phil brought her on to share her side of the story, just to kind of give her thoughts more in that manner, because we were just seeing it through TikTok videos and we were just seeing things on Instagram, but he did bring her in for an interview. So if you guys want to check that out, you can just type it in, Dr. Phil, Julia Wendell, and it's on the internet. You might be wondering what Julia's family thinks of this, her parents that have been her parents for her whole life. Julia's family did release a statement saying that they are absolutely devastated by her claims. They've also said that their daughter Julia has seen psychologists for therapy and they believe that she has stopped going. So kind of leading on that she may have some mental issues that she's still dealing with, and maybe she is no longer dealing with them properly. That is what they are claiming. If alive, Madeline at this year would be 19 years old and Julia is 21. So right then and there, a lot of people would just X this theory, being like, it doesn't even make sense logistically. But Julia is saying she might not even be 21 because she doesn't have proof of her birth certificate or things like that. And her parents, in all fairness, have not come out through all of this being like, hey, I have a birth certificate to just settle this whole thing, you know? So she's claiming, you know, she might actually only be 19 and there's no proof or evidence of it. So they did do a DNA test with Madeline's parents. Julia's parents refused, but they did throughout all of this, I guess, popularity of this theory. It got the attention of Madeline's real parents and they agreed to do a DNA test with Julia to see if, you know, there was a connection and that those were her parents. That makes me sad because part of them could have been like, what if it is? Like, you don't want to not do the DNA test because what if that is your missing daughter? But another part is it's like, because it's so viral and it's on social media and you're like, I also don't want to give this attention and have it not be our daughter. You know, it was so tricky. But anyways, they did the DNA test. And at the end of February of 2023, so recently, the Powell Noga from the provincial police headquarters in Wrocław told Polish outlet Gazeta that they have officially ruled out the connection. Which means, obviously, the DNA test came back as a no match. But now, there has been another update in the case, and I thought that would be it. After the DNA test, you know, it's got to go away. It simmers down. She's not Madeline. Like, what more is there? Apparently, there's more. The latest update we have comes from this current week, this past week that we have lived in, and it is that the police in California have obtained a phone believed to belong to Julia when she was there, and that it was given willingly. There was not much else said. They are still investigating. Maybe the phone will have a lot more honestly, it scares me a little bit with what they could find in the phone. Like, maybe they'll find things. A lot of people have been claiming that Julia has created this whole thing for social media attention. She made her handle, I am Madeline McCann. She was going on TikTok pleading with people, please believe me, I'm Madeline. And she had no actual evidence that she was Madeline. So people think she did it to become famous, popular. She went on the Dr. Phil show. Maybe stuff in her phone could prove the theory that this was all a hoax. Maybe there's something in there from her family that will prove it wasn't. I don't know, but they are still investigating, which is pretty big. So we will hopefully get some updates on that. In terms of Madeline's parents, Julia has apologized to them. And she actually said in her apology that she never claimed she was Madeline McCann, even though her Instagram was at I am Madeline McCann. She said that she just believed she was and that she meant to write, am I Madeline McCann instead of I am Madeline McCann. So that is what she is saying. She did apologize. Now she's kind of saying, I never claimed I was her. I just claimed I thought I could be, and that she made a spelling error with the Instagram handle, which has had the internet very torn. I mean, most people, in all honesty, from comments I've seen, people really believed her at first, like the possibility of it with those little similarities and features. But as it went on, I think people started to believe less in it. According to radaronline.com, law enforcement in Wrocław Poland were contacted by Orange County Sheriff's Department to inform them that they had acquired a device that they believe belonged to Julia. And they also reported with them that it was handed over voluntarily. So both law enforcements are involved and notified, so we should be getting updates. There's nothing yet at the time of this recording. I have checked for an update. Still nothing. I believe it's probably going to take some time, and they might not even find anything, but we are waiting. Department spokesman Sergeant Mike Woodruff said, I quote, "We are not going to make any comments about the case. Our investigation is taking a deep look into it, and we are going to let them do their investigative duties, and then from that point, let the system take over if it needs to." At this point in time, Julia has since returned to Poland. I actually was on TikTok this morning and I saw a video that Julia had posted.
Are you happy? I don't have anything right now. I lost my life. I lost everything because of you.
And she was crying, and apparently she had set up a GoFundMe page to collect money because she wanted to fight these claims. Hire a lawyer, hire her own investigator, and she kind of wanted to, create her own team. But apparently the internet came together and petitioned to get it shut down because they were like, it's not right, you don't need it. And then she was claiming that she was crying, saying she lost everything and that her boyfriend broke up with her because she lost everything. It was a lot, and that is where we stand. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you have followed this story at all. If not, watch the documentary. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested to see how this ends. Honestly, I thought it already ended. I thought we got the answers we needed, but they're still investigating. So I'm interested to see what happens. I'm out of here though. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.